My entitled coworker faked an injury and tried to steal my promotion, but I exposed her lies and watched her career crash. I'm 33, male, and I've been working as a project manager at a tech company for about 7 years. It's nothing glamorous, but I've worked my ass off to get where I am. Long nights, skipped weekends, and staying out of the office politics is how I've played the game. I'm the guy who keeps his head down and lets my work speak for itself. I'm not here to make friends, and I'm definitely not here to get into drama. But then there was Kay. Kay is 28, been with the company just over a year. She's one of those people who walks into a room and makes sure everyone knows she's there. Always with the smiles, always sucking up to the right people, but never doing the hard work. She was more focused on making herself look good than actually being good at her job. And honestly, I didn't care at first. We didn't run in the same circles, and as long as she wasn't in my way, she could do whatever she wanted. But that changed when a senior project manager position opened up. This promotion was everything I'd been working toward. More money, more responsibility, more control over projects. I had the experience, the record, and my boss, S, had been dropping hints for months that I was next in line. It was practically a done deal, or so I thought. Then Kay started acting like she was already in the role. It started small. She began mentioning in meetings how she had all these fresh ideas for how to improve team workflows, taking credit for team wins that she barely contributed to. She would talk about how she was ready to lead bigger projects, and how the company needed someone young and energetic in the senior position. I thought it was just her usual bullshit, but then she started aiming her comments directly at me. You know, it's great how you've managed to keep up with all the new project management software, especially for someone your age, she said once, all sweet and innocent like she didn't just take a shot at me. I let it slide. Maybe she didn't mean it the way it came out, I told myself. But then, during a team meeting, she flat out claimed credit for a project I'd spent weeks leading. She actually told our department head that she was the one who came up with the idea for the solution we implemented. I couldn't believe the nerve. Kay, that's not how I remember it, I said, trying to keep my voice even. She smiled. One of those fake, tight-lipped smiles. Oh, maybe I just contributed to it in a different way. You know, big projects like that take a team effort. It was infuriating. During the meeting, she'd been trying to weasel her way into my work for weeks, taking credit where it wasn't due. And still, I kept my cool. I figured, once the promotion went through, all this would be behind me. She'd be stuck in her role, and I'd be moving up. But Kay wasn't done. The real trouble started about 2 weeks before the promotion was set to be announced. It was a Monday, and we were in a regular team meeting. Everything seemed normal, until, right in the middle of a presentation, Kay let out this dramatic gasp and grabbed her back like she'd been shot. "Are you okay?" S asked, concerned. Kay winced, clutching her lower back. "I've been having this pain. It's been going on for a while. I think I might have heard it when I was helping move those boxes last week. Now, here's the thing. I was the one who moved those boxes. She was there, but she didn't touch a single one. I looked at her, and she didn't even glance my way. She was too busy playing up her little act for the rest of the room. I'm so sorry," she continued, with this pathetic look on her face. "I've been pushing through it because I didn't want to let the team down, but it's gotten so bad." After the meeting, I pulled her aside. "What the hell was that about?" I asked, keeping my voice low. "What do you mean?" She replied, all wide-eyed like she didn't know what I was talking about. "You didn't touch a single box last week. I moved all of them. So why are you suddenly hurt from that?" She shrugged. "Maybe I tweaked something when I was walking by. It doesn't matter. The point is, I'm in pain, and HR needs to know. My gut told me something was wrong. This wasn't just a little exaggeration. Kay was setting something up, but I couldn't put my finger on it yet." 2 days later, HR called me in. They told me Kay had filed a formal complaint, claiming she had sustained a back injury while working on a project, specifically while helping me. They asked if I'd noticed her struggling, if she'd mentioned any pain. They even asked if I had made her lift anything heavy. I knew exactly where this was going. She was trying to pin her fake injury on me to make me look like I was pushing her too hard or making her do physical tasks that weren't part of her job. I moved the boxes. She didn't touch them, I said flatly. HR nodded, but didn't seem convinced. They said they'd investigate, but something in the way they spoke made me feel like they were taking her side. I walked out of that meeting pissed. I wasn't just dealing with someone who was trying to steal my promotion anymore. This was full-on sabotage. If she managed to pull this off, I'd be the one in trouble. And it wouldn't just cost me the promotion, it could cost me my job. That night, I couldn't sleep. I kept running through every interaction I'd had with Kay over the past few months, every shady comment, every time she tried to take credit for my work. She was smart. I'll give her that. She knew exactly how to manipulate people, how to make herself look like the victim while screwing someone else over. But I wasn't going to let her get away with it. The next day, I started gathering evidence. I went through my emails, looking for anything that showed I had been the one doing the heavy lifting. I found a few, but nothing concrete enough to prove Kay was lying. I knew I needed more. Then I got lucky. A coworker, Jay, who I'd always been cool with, pulled me aside in the break room. "Hey, I wasn't going to say anything, but I overheard something the other day," he said quietly. Kay was talking to him, saying how she's milking this injury thing to get out of work. She even joked about how it's going to be her ticket to the top. I stared at him, not sure if I wanted to punch a wall or laugh at the sheer audacity of it. "Are you serious?" "Dead serious. She's bragging about it." That was all I needed. I went straight to HR and filed a counter-complaint. I laid out everything. How she'd been taking credit for my work, how she'd been making passive-aggressive comments about my age, and now how she was faking an injury to not only take me down, but use it as leverage for the promotion. I even gave them the names of the people who had overheard her bragging about it. It didn't stop there. HR decided to review security footage from the week Kay claimed to have injured herself. Sure enough, the footage showed me moving the boxes alone, while Kay stood on the sidelines, not lifting a finger. The cherry on top? The footage also caught her walking around perfectly fine, no signs of any pain, right after the meeting where she claimed to have hurt herself. The next few days were tense. Kay must have known something was up, because she started avoiding me altogether. She'd been so smug for weeks, but now she wouldn't even make eye contact. Then, out of the blue, HR called us both in for a final meeting. I walked into the room, and Kay was already sitting there, her face pale, eyes darting around like a cornered animal. HR laid everything out, the footage, the testimonies, the emails. Kay tried to argue, saying she must have been confused, that her pain was real, that she didn't mean to mislead anyone. But it was too late. They gave her a choice. Resign quietly, or face a full investigation and termination. She resigned on the spot. As for me, I got the promotion. But honestly, it felt hollow. Don't get me wrong, I was glad she didn't get away with it, but the whole experience left me bitter. I'd worked hard for that promotion, but instead of celebrating, I was left dealing with the fallout of someone else's lies and manipulation. The team was awkward around me for a while after that. No one wanted to bring up what happened, but everyone knew. Kay had burned her bridges, and people who'd been friendly with her were now keeping their distance from me, like they didn't want to be associated with the drama. It sucked, but at least I knew I hadn't compromised my integrity. If there's anything I've learned from this mess, it's that entitlement is a dangerous thing. Some people will go to insane lengths to get what they think they deserve, even if it means screwing over everyone else in the process. You can't always avoid these types, but you can sure as hell stand your ground and not let them take you down with them. And for anyone dealing with a K at their job, stay sharp, document everything, and never let them get the upper hand. Because people like that, they don't care who they burn as long as they come out on top. But the truth? It has a way of catching up to them, even if it takes a while. Kay walked out of the office with nothing. No job. No reputation. Nothing. I thought about how she must have felt in that moment, realizing her plan backfired spectacularly. I didn't feel sorry for her, though. She made her bed. As for me, I still got the promotion, but the taste was bitter. The office was quieter after that, and while I was glad she didn't take me down, the whole thing left a sour feeling in my gut. Work shouldn't be about dodging knives in your back. It should be about what you bring to the table. In the end, the truth won. But if there's one thing I'll always remember, it's that people like Kay don't stop until they're forced to. And next time, I won't be caught off guard. So yeah. If you're here for more wild work stories or want to avoid someone like Kay, hit that subscribe button. You'll need all the tips you can get.